So what I'm planning to do, if my neighbors will show some forbearance and of my cigar smoke, and maybe not make all too much noise as we sit here in the backyard, is I'm going to try to smoke this. This thing is huge. It's an Asylum 13. It's Nicaraguan. It is absolutely gigantic, and I'm gonna see if I can't smoke it, and without burning the place down, or perhaps without getting sick. I usually don't smoke cigars quite this big. The cigars I smoke would fit probably comfortably in the middle of this, maybe even two. And so I'm going to show you how I smoke a cigar and what it looks like to smoke some massive thing like this. I'll just say it before you do. It looks like a massive turd. Wow. It doesn't smell like a massive turd. It looks really nice. It's from Nicaragua, I understand. And that seems to be a very good place to get your cigars from. So what I'm going to do first is, and I don't see anybody do this, but it's kind of what I do. I am going to dip the end in whiskey. And I just happen to have some here. So I'm going to take this end, and I'm just going to roll the end in some whiskey like that. And there are probably cigar connoisseurs across the world screaming, "No!" I'm also going to take off this wrapper. That can also be dangerous because you can damage the cigar by doing this, and maybe smoking it down and allowing it to get a little bit loose is the safest idea. But we're gonna do it like this. So I've got this cigar, and of course you can see on the end here, I hope you can see that they've put a cap on it. And instead of cutting this, I'm going to try to take that little cap off. So let's give that a try. Maybe you can see this little edge here. And that's what I'm actually going to try to peel back. You can do this with your fingernail, with your thumbnail. I'm just going to try to take this little cap off. You can see it quite clearly. And just reveal what's under it. You can already see the cigar poking through here. I don't know how much, if this is superior to the cigar cutter, certainly slower. Then you've got something like that, just by taking off the cap and not clipping off any. Okay. Thank you. So we'll get this thing all fired up and started. So, this is not your 30-minute cigar. This is not your dad's 30-minute cigar. This is something much nicer. I'm just gonna have to go shoot that bird. Okay. All right.
Smells good.
It does smell good. So this is quite a cigar, and I'm smoking it to honor the rowing team that my wife was on. And they don't row these things that are flat on the water and have 8 people with bulging muscles rowing. It looks more like a typical rowboat or even a lifeboat. And she's been doing this for a while, and they went to the World Championship and got into the final. They didn't quite make a medal and make the podium, but here's to getting to the final in your ladies over 50 boat. Ladies over 50. Now I've said too much. There's an online channel that I watch called Cigars Daily. It's on YouTube. They do a great job. Really engaging man on there, and so I keep thinking about what he would think about how I'm smoking this thing. But he did say, you know, how often should you puff on one of these cigars? And it was sort of, you know, 2 or 3 times a minute. And I respectfully disagree. I think it's about once a minute. And the smaller cigars that I do smoke, what I tend to notice is that the smoke here tends to be more gray, and the smoke coming out of the end here maybe more brown, as long as you haven't gotten the cigar too hot. So I think this just needs to be accompanied by some sort of drink. I have chosen for an American choice here, Buffalo Trace. It's not a typical, it's a good bourbon. That's a nice bourbon. Couple of drops of water in there just to release the secret aromas. Saw it online too. I don't know if it makes that much difference. This is an afternoon cigar when you have got nothing else to do. And the burn is quite uneven. I take full responsibility for that. These beautiful people that made this cigar certainly are not to blame. Now, I also understand that you're not supposed to flick this ash off. You're supposed to sort of roll it off. I'm going to do that. No, I'm not. Because I also read that the length of the ash also says something about the quality of the cigar. That alarm sounds like someone's midlife crisis Porsche alarm being set off by some kid kicking a soccer ball against it or something. Oh, there it went.
How long is that going to take?
How long is this going to take?
The Churchill smoked those things. 10 a day.
Not fat ones like this, but yeah. Even the cigar guys can't keep up with Churchill.
Yeah, I remember you telling me there were two guys who tried to
Yep.
live like Churchill or something like that.
To smoke what he smoked and to drink what he drank in a day. And I don't think they actually got through all the cigars and whiskey and drink.
Yeah. But did they like just start the next day, like from nothing, from scratch?
No,
Okay. Or did they build it up?
they just tried it for one day and they stopped.
I bet.
But I think I'm coming to the end of this cigar. It's been very nice. Good taste. Ugh. And that's probably an indication that I've gotten about all out of this I can get. It's been nice. And I think we'll call it a day there. Of course, I won't stub this out or any horrible thing like that, because if you do that, a sailor drowns somewhere. True story.